Welcome to the land of long live play, where greatness is always waiting. Welcome to the PlayStation Experience. I am one of your hosts, Delvin Cox, and with me on the podcast is the Platinum Princess herself, Miss Hayley Nicole Miller. How you doing, Hayley?
Very sore. We got in a car accident on Monday.
Jesus Christ, how did that happen?
So it was work. Like we were on our way back from a shift in Fort Erie. And we were on the Skyway.
What's the
Because there's
Skyway?
a so my city has like part of the St. Lawrence Seaway runs through my city. So the Skyway is the highway goes like up and over to
Okay.
to get over there. Um Essentially, like, like it's a big canal system, so the highway like goes up, like it's a highway on stilts. Essentially, it's not like an overpass, like it's very high up. It's like, I want to say 30 feet in the air.
Oh, that's high.
Yeah. But so like we were coming down the off ramp back into town, right? Because we went to Fort Erie, which is like, when we're in Fort Erie, my phone pings off towers in Buffalo.
Oh,
Like,
interesting.
so like very close to the border, right? That's where we were. Um, so we're coming back into town, and we're about 30 feet from the off ramp to get off to go to the office, which is where we usually meet up for out of town jobs. And a car in front of us swerves to get around something. Turns out it was a tire in the middle of the road,
Oh,
but the car in front of us did not slow down, so we did not have time to move over ourselves, and we hit the tire, completely shattered the front right-hand passenger door tire and rim, and deflated the back tire. So that was fun.
that's bad.
It 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 sure was. I have a very black bruise where the underwear on my uh on my bra was that day.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah.
Well, that is covered in workman's comp and stuff like that, right?
So technically yes, but nobody was injured to the, like, workman's comp would not pay you for that. Um, like, our labor laws are very good, but a bruise being the only damage you have would not be covered under workman's comp. Now, if I broke my arm in that accident, workman's comp would cover it instantly.
Okay.
But like a bruise
So you only got a
across
bruise,
your,
essentially.
yeah, I had some slight pain I had, but like it's mostly gone. Like,
Well,
you
you
know,
were you were going to work, right?
no, we were coming back from work.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
we'd finished our shift and we were on our way. But as per workman's comp rules, if we're in the work vehicle, we're still covered by workman's comp. It's just that, like, only having a bruise and me being the only one to have it because I was the one in the front passenger seat, workman's comp wouldn't do anything. So
Yeah, and plus nothing's wrong with you, so you're fine then, I guess.
yeah. And I still went to work the next day. So like, I
Oh,
didn't miss out on any hours or anything. So there's really nothing for them to cover, right?
not to stay home.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, y'all paying me for this day off. Y'all done damn near almost killed me. I'm gonna sit there and lay on the ground. My back, my neck, and my back. Nope, absolutely not. I'm not going to work. I'm getting
Uh-huh.
the paid day off.
Turns out that the CAA driver who showed up to assist us knows my dad, though, because I hadn't told my dad about the accident, and he messaged me at 9 o'clock yesterday, going, "Hey, how you doing? Heard about the accident?" And I'm like, "Who the fuck?"
The dad got
Because I hadn't
connections.
told anybody. Uh, so it's very funny because that CAA driver that helped us is one of my coworkers' dads.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So that was fun. Other news, I finally got to see Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh, okay. What did you think of it?
I enjoyed it. Uh, the wait for part two is gonna be a
Terrible.
very long time.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely
Uh,
excruciating.
yep. And I think that uh the tonal shift in all of the art styles was very cool, but it was very jarring to see some live action like in there as well.
Yeah, I agree. Thought it was a
Yeah.
fantastic movie. Probably my favorite Spider-Man movie.
And then yeah, I haven't really watched anything else new. Did pick up some more stuff on iTunes though. Um, I bought Supernatural again,
Okay,
all of it
again.
on iTunes because it's normally $200 to buy the whole series on iTunes. Here, it was on sale for $79.99.
Okay.
So, and then I bought for some reason, and I've never understood this. Seasons 4 and 5 of the other show that I bought were never for purchase. Like you can't buy them at all for some reason. You can't like the show got removed from Netflix. So you can't watch it anywhere unless you buy it, but only the first 3 out of 5 seasons are purchasable. I bought iZombie because they were on sale for $10 a pop, and they're usually like $40 a season. So
Okay.
yeah.
Did you do any video game playing during this time?
Yes.
I don't know why you didn't. I'm still not getting the fact why you didn't scam the system and be like, hey, I'm taking a day off so I can relax and play video games. You fucked me up.
Because
terrible ass accident. Your bad driving ass.
Because we're heading into slow season, Delvin.
Yeah, but they can give you a paid day off. You were in an accident while you're at work.
Won't. They won't give me a paid day off because again, workman's comp would be the one to pay me for missing a day of work for that, and they
do crimes.
That's not how that works.
Do crime. You didn't know how to say, "Oh, my pelvis. Oh, I'm in pain. I
don't
come in."
think my pelvis works when the seatbelt is here and has no
they
relation.
Don't know that.
My boss, who was in the car with me, does.
Well, he's an idiot. Like I said, you need to learn how to do crimes the right way. Don't be like DJ Envy. Do like crimes. Like
I don't know who DJ Envy is.
Don't worry about it. Oh, my kidneys. I need to miss like 3 days of work. Oh.
I only had yesterday. I'm off until Saturday.
You could have had a paid day off, Hayley.
No, that's not how that works.
Yes, it is. You just don't know how to do crimes right. You're not good at this. You should, like I said, you just fell on the floor. Oh, my umdula oblongata. Oh, I can't take it.
Anyways, I played Baldur's Gate a lot. I'm in Act 3 now. No, it's still Shadowheart. I'm still on the same playthrough.
Oh, you being faithful. I appreciate that.
It's still Shadowheart. I'm in Act 3. So, like Act 3 is way bigger than the other two, as far as I know. I've barely started it though. But there is a critical role you have, like, haha, funny critical role. I just realized that while saying it. That's a D&D podcast with Matt Mercer.
I'm aware.
But some people might not be, Delvin.
No, they're not. They know who Matt Mercer is. They know who critical role is. Goddamn nerds. They know what that is.
Anyways, there's a critical role you have to do during the ending of Act 2. I failed it. So my character has access to special abilities now, but also has very big black veins all across their face.
Oh, okay. For some reason, my YouTube just shows me nothing but Baldur's Gate stuff. I think it's because before I got in the game, I was looking up the game to see how it was. And now it just shows me all the goddamn spoilers for Baldur's Gate. Like, it just stuff comes like, oh, what happens if you do this? What happens if you do that? Like, oh, that's good to know, but I didn't want to see that. So I just got to the point where I just lean into it. Now, like, let me just see what happens if I do this. So I know, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
So based off of what I've seen, I think I know what you're talking about, but I haven't.
Yeah, I won't spoil it for anybody else.
Don't do that. Yeah, don't spoil it.
No, I won't spoil it for anybody else. But because I failed the check, I turn around and convince all of my companions to also do the thing.
You are a terrible person. Wow.
But here's my favorite part. So Astarion, the vampire twink, is the only one who was able to go, hey man, fuck you.
That seems very appropriate for him.
He still
I
has very high approval rating with me, but like I failed to check to get him to take it too. So
I
one of the
appreciate
special.
I appreciate the Twink legend. He's such a dick.
One of
He's like an.
I love Astarion so much. He's so good.
There's one I can talk. There's one part in the game where he asked you a question because he's trying to do something to you. I don't want to spoil the game. And I'm like, the audacity of this motherfucker. Like, this is a bold thing to just walk up to ask somebody to do. And based off of your decision, it could turn out really bad for you. I'm like, this guy is an asshole, but he's great.
Yeah. I love Astarion. But one of the abilities you get from doing the thing is the ability to fly. So having all of your active party members able to do that is real nice, which is why cool. I convinced all my companions to do it, except Astarion, who now doesn't. Like, you can't even give it to him at all.
Okay.
But yeah, so I played that, and then Spider-Man 2. I beat it.
That doesn't surprise me at all. Not even a little bit. Not even a itsy bitsy bit. We'll get to that when we get to that in the episode. But
yeah. I just want to explain why I beat it so fast. I mainlined the story after a certain point. I won't spoil that point, but I mainlined it because Alan Wake is out tomorrow night, and I wanted to be able to play Alan Wake without splitting my time.
Okay, gotcha. I will not be playing Alan Wake tomorrow night because I'm going to see Five Nights at Freddy tomorrow night.
Why are you going to go see it in theaters when it's out on Peacock in 9 hours?
Because my son wanted to see it in theaters. He wanted the Five Nights at Freddy experience in theaters. I said, we'll go. Fuck it. I don't care.
Hey, Delvin Jr., why are you wasting your dad's money? It's on Peacock.
Because he doesn't care. He doesn't care if I'm penniless and homeless. That doesn't matter to these kids. These kids waste money like it's nothing. I can't wait till these little bastards get jobs and start realizing, oh, this money is like getting money is actually kind of hard to do. It's not an easy thing that just comes up. Like, you know,
no.
Like you can, so when you get money, you have bills to pay. You know, you gotta balance that shit out.
Yep.
But they're still young. They don't realize, hey, getting money is not an easy thing to get. You have to work for it.
No, not at all.
Have to work hard to get these money and pay these little bills that we have to pay, so we can buy the nice things and so we can go to see pointless movies like Five Nights at Freddy on tomorrow. Apparently, by the time you guys hear this, it'll probably be the day it comes out, because I think early showings is tomorrow at all day Thursday.
Oh, no, yeah. Alan Wake doesn't come out until midnight, like tomorrow night. So
okay, gotcha.
Like, it comes out Friday, but like Alan Wake doesn't come out until like 12 a.m. Friday morning. So
that's one of the games I pre-ordered too. So hopefully I can finish Spider-Man soon, so I can get to that. And apparently Spider-Man is not that long.
My game clock said 16 hours, but again, I mainlined the story.
Yeah. I may not do that. I might want to platinum it, so I may.
No. I'm still playing Spider-Man to get the platinum. I just after a certain point, the story is so intriguing that I just did not do any of the side content, so now I'm doing it all.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, once you get the black suit, I will not spoil.
Well, let's not even get no more to it. We'll get more into it when we get to we talk about Spider-Man.
Okay.
But yeah. I guess anything else we'll talk about before I talk about what I'm playing?
No, go nuts.
I'm playing Mario Wonder and I'm playing Spider-Man. Those are the two things I'm playing. Mario Wonder is a fantastic game. If you heard me on Nintendo Shack, I've gushed and raved of how awesome the game is, how much of a magical and wonderful game it is, and how it's so great. It's going to be really hard picking my personal game of the year this year, because I have 3 so far that are like so close to the contention. It's not even funny. Like Spider-Man, Tears of the Kingdom, and Mario. And I think it's really cool that we've gotten to that point this year where you have 2 very viable games that could be game of the year. in Spider-Man. Well, 3 really. Well, shit. The funny thing about
There's plenty.
there's plenty.
There's plenty this year.
If you want to be honest, there's plenty. There's Baldur's Gate. There's Tears of the Kingdom. There's probably Mario. There's Spider-Man. There's I'm missing one. There's one major one. Some people would say Starfield. I'm not one of those people. Some people would say Starfield.
Some people, Dev, might say Jedi Survivor.
Some people would say Jedi Survivor. Some people would say Cyberpunk's expansion. You know, there's a lot of great games out here to play this year.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's really cool that we live in a time where we have so many choices, and it's almost on every console that we have a different game that we can kind of make. Hey, this is the game that we want to champion. I think that's awesome. I love this, and the thing is, we're not even finished with the year yet. We still got like Call of Duty coming out, so we still got some fantastic games left. Alan Wake still hasn't come out yet. Technically, by the time you guys hear this episode, it'll probably be out, and we'll get the full experience of it. But we still have great games coming out this year. This has been a fantastic year for gaming. I don't know if I would say it's the best year for gaming, but at the same time, I will say we may have gotten to that point where there's too many good games to play to waste your time on bad games.
But see, again, that's all like.
But it's preference. It's very much preference. Like, you know, what I mean by it is like, you know, I always kind of scoff at this, but you know, a lot of people kind of take it serious. Some people won't play 7s. Like if IGN or game company gives a game a 7, like, oh, I'm not playing that. I'll waste my time on that. I've always been like, there's a lot of great 7 games. Like people, and there are some games that people just get wrong, and they're like, oh, this is a 5, and then you play like this is like an 8 to me. You know,
yeah.
I think we live in a great time when you just have these games that I think are really good. Like, you know, Callisto Protocol, I liked a lot. People kind of scoffed at that. Dead Space came out this year.
Yeah, so like I liked Callisto, right? I enjoyed the original game. Unfortunately, the final DLC story pack just shits all over it.
I'm well aware. My son pulled to you and just told him what it was.
Oh no. See that he spoiled it for you?
Because you spoiled it for him. Yeah.
No. He asked me to spoil it for him because he told me he was never gonna play it. So I felt totally okay sending it to him. I did not realize he would then turn around and spoil it for you, who I knew intended to play.
Well, now that I know what happened, I'm not going to play it. Like, I don't have to waste my time on it.
Okay, but again, I only spoiled it for him. I did not know he was going to turn around and spoil it for you.
See,
he asked me to spoil it for him. There's a difference.
The circle of violence is everywhere. You spoil for one person, they affect everyone's families, and that's how it happens. You just ruin everyone's lives.
But when that person asks to be spoiled, and I do what they ask, I do not then expect them to turn around and go spoil it for someone else.
That's the circle of life, Hayley. You know, when you have that cousin and they say, "Hey, I don't want any more beer," and you give them a beer and they become alcoholic, that is your fault, Hayley.
That would require me to have beer to give someone.
Maybe.
I have alcohol. I just don't have beer. Beer's gross.
Well, yeah, kind of. I don't drink, so I wouldn't know. All of it's gross to me. All of it.
That's right.
I guess we got some stories to get into before we get into our main topic, which is, everybody probably knows at this point in time what it is. All right. Let's get to these stories. Our first one up is a fun small story. Hayley, have you heard of the Vegas spear?
Yeah.
All right. For those who don't know,
the giant $450 million eyesore in Las Vegas. Yes.
Yes, it's a giant spear that's in Vegas that people can put advertisement and things on, and I think it costs $450,000 for the advertising space. It's pretty cool looking. It looks like futuristic. So, on the day Spider-Man came out, PlayStation took over the spear with a big ass Spider-Man ad, just showing Peter Parker and Miles Morales and Venom and the cover art for the thing. It's super cool. You can probably go look this up on PlayStation's
Oh, I've seen the
account.
ad. But like that's just $450,000 for advertisement.
Yes.
For one advertisement. Fuck off.
Yeah. But this is a popular thing. That Vegas Spear is pretty popular. Like it has sometimes it has a smiley face on it, sometimes it has advertisement on it. It's really cool looking. I know people like
yeah, it's just a giant like building sized advertisement eyesore.
Yeah, it is. But it's like people. It's popular. It's pretty cool. I like it. I like how it looks. At least it's gaudy as hell. I'm not gonna like make it up and say it's not. But it's a really cool thing. You saw it, Hayley, so you know what you've seen the ad, so you know what it looks like.
Yeah, I have. I've also seen Xbox doing advertisement for it as well.
They have.
Yeah.
So if people haven't seen it yet, I recommend going to check it out just to get an idea what this Spear thing looks like. I think it's a pretty cool thing, and I think it's cool that they're doing this for Spider-Man. I wonder when they do this for other games.
I mean, I think that I know there was a dedicated Spider-Man ad, but I believe there was also just a PlayStation ad in general that also played on it, which included other games. I don't know. I still think $450,000 for one advertisement is wild.
Let me read a little bit about it. The venue, which is a 18,600 seat entertainment arena, features 580,000 square feet of LEDs surrounding the building. According to the pitch deck for the venue, a one-day advertising campaign for the Vegas Spear cost roughly $450,000. Yeah, that was right. The PlayStation Spear ad showed an up-close look at Peter Parker Spider-Man, Miles Morales Spider-Man, and Venom, followed by a shot of the cover art. So, one more question before we move on, Hayley.
Yeah.
It's a silly one, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Do you think this $450,000 ad was worth it? Do you think somebody saw this and it was like, you know what, I want to get Spider-Man now because I see it on this big-ass Vegas dome, or was just kind of like grandstanding? And
I think it's just grandstanding because I think anybody who wanted Spider-Man probably bought it.
Yeah. I think that's a lot of money to pay for an ad. I know ads cost a lot of money, and advertisement in general was expensive. But $450,000 for one day in one spot, it's not like it's anywhere else. It's just this one spot in Vegas. It seems a little wasteful.
Yeah.
It seems a little wasteful. It's fun. I dig it, but it's just a little bit wasteful maybe. But hey, it's not my money. All right. Next question. Next story.
Story, yes.
PlayStation has a new model. The quote unquote Slim is coming this holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically just a smaller design, 1 terabyte PS5 storage, and it has two versions. It has the digital edition and the Ultra HD Blu-ray drive. This is the thing that they've been talking about for months now. I think we talked about it on this show before. The one that has the detachable drive that you can buy.
Yep.
So now we know when it's coming out.
And I don't know. Do you have the story where everyone's freaking out about the optional disk drive requiring an internet connection for first boot up?
No, I don't. I'm glad you brought that up.
See, here's my favorite part. It's a nothing burger because I've seen both IGN and Polygon write articles about it, claiming about bizarre online requirement. Yeah, you know why that's a thing, right? Why? It's called the Digital Millennium Copyright Act.
Oh, there you go.
That's why you only need to connect it to the internet once to verify. It's so you know what an HDMI switcher is, right?
Yes. You
know how it does a handshake with the device.
Correct. I have one.
That's what your optional disk drive would be doing with the new Slim model, because it needs to create a handshake between the device, but also connecting it to the internet allows it to encode itself for the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, because it's actually illegal to not do that.
There you go.
And the Xbox does it too, I might add.
Well, there you go. That's a whole nothing burger then.
Yep.
So, the new PS5 has been reduced in value by more than 30% and weight by 18% and 24% compared to the previous model.
Wait, when you say value, do you mean size? Because value is a weird thing.
Volume, not value.
Yeah, okay. It sounded like you said value. Volume, you mean?
Volume, yes.
Yeah, okay.
30%.
What? Wait, stop. Why are you saying volume like volume?
I'm saying volume.
Say it again.
Volume.
There we go.
Volume, Hayley. By more than 30% in weight by 18% and 24% compared to the previous models. Now it sounds like Scott Steiner doing the math promo. There are 4 separate cover panels with the top portion in a glossy look and the bottom remains matte. If you purchase the PS5 Digital Edition, you can add the Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive for PS5 later. And that will be sold separately for $79.99. And all the other places don't matter.
Yeah.
$39.99 USD.
Like who doing the promo for what?
Exactly. The new PS5 model will be available starting in November at select local retailers and PlayStation Direct. So there you go.
Yeah.
This is the key thing. Let me say this part first, because I think this is very important. Once the inventory of the current PS5 models have sold out, the new PS5 will become the only model available. So, people, don't get rid of your old PS5s because they're probably going to be worth a lot of money eventually. And B, if you don't want this model, and I can understand why you wouldn't, you probably want to hold on to your PS5 because they're probably not going to be no longer available. Because it seems like once that supply is gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
This is going to be the PS5 now.
Yeah. The new slim or like reduced in size PS5 has already been seen in the wild with bundles. There's a Modern Warfare 3 bundle and a Spider-Man 2 bundle.
So what do you think of it, Hayley?
It's a new reduced in size model. Sony does this all the time. I don't know. It's not really like that big of a deal.
Good info,
I
said good info, Hayley. Thank you for your input.
I don't know, man.
What do you
it's
think
a
of
new
it?
model.
Do you like it? Do you hate it?
I'm indifferent to it.
Oh God.
I don't know. I have a PS5.
I will say the truth that everybody wants to say. Well, at least me. I don't like it. The whole splitting the console covers in 2 parts. Ugh. I don't like how it looks. It looks like a regular PS5. It's not much of a difference. If you bought, like, let's say for example, if you bought the new Spider-Man covers and you wanted to get like the new model, you can't get the new model because those covers won't work on it no more.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm like, so I like,
Which begs the question why they even sold like changeable face covers in the first place.
Yeah. So now, like if I wanted to buy the new model, are they going to sell changeable face colors for this one?
They're gonna probably.
And are they going to still continue selling changeable face covers for the original one? Like
probably.
It's just like, it's a mess. I would have rather them. I know they don't give a fuck what we think, clearly. But I would have rather them, if they're going to do a redesign, they would keep the same faceplates. That's a small gripe.
Yeah.
It doesn't look much different to me. Maybe in person it looks a lot different. Maybe it looks slimmer and feels slimmer in person. I'm assuming it does. Looks like the same goddamn thing with just like a space in the middle of it. And then they have the whole thing. You have to buy a new stand for it. The stand doesn't come with it, which became a contentious conversation in our Discord.
Well, so the horizontal stand comes with it. If you want to put it vertical, you have to buy that separately.
Like I said, the stand doesn't come with it.
What? Okay.
Real G's put their consoles vertical if they can.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Mine's vertical, but it's behind my television.
That's because you have no space in your house.
I mean, yeah.
You're gonna dispute
Ask
that.
me how.
We know the answer, Haley. We've been doing this show long enough.
Yeah, I know.
We know you don't have space.
Yeah, I mean that was emphasized yesterday when my mom got an entirely new bed, box spring mattress and everything. And I had to take all that shit outside and toss it beside the shed.
Oh, yeah.
Because there was nowhere to store it in here.
There you go. See? I imagine your room is like the room in Seinfeld where they were playing pool at. They didn't have enough space for the pool table.
It's probably smaller than that, actually.
Oh, God.
Like, I think this whole room, like, width-wise, is maybe 11 feet.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Like, from back wall to the front wall of my room, maybe 11 feet.
That's not a lot at all, Haley.
No. Yeah. So.
All right. Our next story is what we didn't talk about it as well because we didn't record when this happened. PlayStation has a new video service.
Yes.
Who saw this coming?
Everybody. But also this new video service is how I watched Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, you bought it on there?
I didn't buy it, I rented it because like when I buy it, I'll buy it on iTunes because I can get it in 4K. But the only other rental services that had it here was Amazon, really. Or I could have rented it on iTunes, but I don't really want to pay iTunes to rent something, right? But it was $7 for me to rent it, and I got it in 4K. If I rented it through Amazon Prime, it was cheaper, but I couldn't watch it in 4K, so I just used that to do it.
All right. Let me
explain to people what it is. Yeah.
Sony Pictures Core, formerly Bravia Core, launches on PS4 and PS5 consoles. Exclusive benefits, including early access to select Sony Pictures films. So what this is it's basically like a video streaming service. And if you have PlayStation Plus, you get like a curated catalog of like 100 movies you can watch for free.
In Canada, it's like 54 movies.
Figured.
Yeah.
I will tell you this. I have looked at this curated list, and you are not missing much.
No. Yeah.
It's not great. But the cool thing about it is you can go back to buying movies on your PlayStation again.
Well, only movies. You cannot buy television shows.
Yes.
Which, again, I don't know why they took that away in the first place.
That was such a bad decision.
Like, you can still buy movies and TV on the fucking Xbox.
Yeah. But for some reason, PlayStation had it when you couldn't. So now you can go back and do it again, and you can stream them to your console. So there you go. Sony Pictures Core.
Yeah. It was a nice, like, it was a seamless experience renting the movie there. It was very good. Like, when you rent the movie, which I've never seen a service do this, you also have access to all the extras from it with when renting the movie. So.
Oh, that's cool. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Well, I'm glad they brought some type of video service to the app. Even though it's like a separate thing. When you click on it, it goes to like a website.
Only on first boot up.
Okay. Yeah.
Only on first boot up because you have to link your PlayStation account to the account that it's creating here. But then it's just a standard app for the rest of the time. Unless you try to purchase something, then you have to do that through your phone. You can't just straight up purchase it through card information stored in your account or whatnot.
Yeah, that's not good. They should just have all that stuff seamlessly on your console.
You would think.
Yeah. But it's PlayStation, so
yep,
I expect that. All right, our next topic. The Dark Pictures game Switchback gets a VR horde mode.
Oh, boy.
So for those who have a PlayStation VR 2, you can play a horde mode in the Dark Pictures Anthology Switchback game, which is their roller coaster. game for PlayStation VR that people like. It's one of the better PlayStation VR 2 games. So go ahead and check that out. And I think it's on sale right now. So if you want to get, if you have PSVR 2, all of the 5 of you who have it, there you go. There's a game you can get for really cheap.
You're one of the 5.
Good. Yes, I'm one of the 5.
Are you going to play this? I know you love the dark pictures.
No. This goes back to what I was saying earlier. And I probably would enjoy this game, but there's too much great stuff to play right now to be playing a 7. And there are a lot of 7s I want to play, but it's like, do I want to stop Spider-Man for it? Do I want to stop Mario for it? Do I want to stop Tears of the Kingdom for it? Do I want to stop Alan Wake for it? The answer is going to be all for all those, no. And then add on to that, Call of Duty's coming. Am I going to stop Call of Duty for any of those games? No. And there's plenty of games I want to play. There's a lot of games. There's tons of games I want to play, but it always goes back to the same thing. Do I want to stop what I'm playing right now for game X? No. I want to stop Tears of the Kingdom for Spider-Man. I want to stop Tears of the Kingdom for Mario. There's not too much other things that will make me stop playing it, those type of games. Like I said, Alan Wake's probably one of them. The Man Without a Name is going to be another one. Call of Duty. That's about it. Switchback is not one of those games. And it's not because I don't like it. It's just the whole process of setting up VR and having to get in the mood for it and all that stuff, moving stuff out the way so you can play it. Like, I don't want to do that right now. All right. Our next topic, which is current because this just came out. Hayley, did you know there's a Fallout TV show?
Yes.
Did you know it's coming out really soon?
Like April 12th, 2024. Yeah.
That is correct.
Do you know why I know that? Because that was posted on Monday on the 26th anniversary of Fallout.
There you go. The live action Fallout TV show was set to premiere on Amazon Prime in 2024, April 12th, 2024 to be precise.
Mm-hmm.
Capitalizing on the lack of new content due to the ongoing strikes in the industry. So apparently this series has already been made, and because of the strikes, they're like, fuck this, we're going to put it out ASAP.
Hey, so it's not fuck this, it's, hey, this is just when it was scheduled, because, like, if it was because of the strike, they'd be pushing it back, because remember, the strike is still ongoing. WGA got their deal, which hell fucking yeah. SAG-AFTRA is currently in negotiations. They were in negotiations yesterday, and they're in negotiations again today, attempting to get their deal, right?
Yes.
But if a deal is not struck, eventually they're going to run out of content, and then you're going to see a content drought, which is why, for example, movies like Dead Reckoning Part 2 or Dune Part 2 keep getting pushed back. It's because they don't want to run out of content while the actors are on strike, which give the actors what they want, and you don't have to fucking worry about that.
Well, based on what this article says, they said the release date is set strategically for April 12th because they're capitalizing on the lack of new content due to the strikes.
Yeah, so that's just question for you. Where's this article written?
Screen Rant.
Yeah, that's owned by the AMPTP.
I don't care.
Most people don't care, but here's my favorite part. That's all spin against the guild. So
probably,
like,
but that's what they're saying, and I think it's. I will counter with this then to kind of be devil's advocate. If they're lacking that content that much, why not release it sooner? Like it's not like, what are you waiting on? Like, you have plenty of, so if it's done, if it's apparently done, you have plenty of time. Yeah. Like, I know what they have now, Gen V?
That finishes tomorrow, I think.
Okay, yeah. That was pretty popular. What's after that?
Yeah.
Do they have any other Amazon Prime shows?
I don't I mean, Reacher's in the pipeline, but I don't know if that's finished filming. I know it finished filming, but I don't know if Reacher season 2 has finished ADR or anything like that. Because, for example, everyone's like, where's The Boys season 4? You get that when the strike's over because there's still ADR that needs to be done.
Yeah, see, that's my thing. If you have shows done, why not like start pushing them out closer? Especially like you have like Thanksgiving coming up, Christmas coming up. You got times coming up where people don't want to watch TV. People are gonna be off. So if that is the case, why not start pushing things sooner? But then again, to your previous point, I'm making an argument with myself now. I feel like you would have certain marketing dollars set for a specific date. Because
Yep.
I didn't know little or nothing about this Fallout show.
Oh, okay. So
I think I just knew
yes,
they were making one. That's all I knew.
yes, they were making one. It was filmed in Florida, actually.
That's a perfect place for Fallout.
I don't actually know if it's set in Florida, but it was filmed.
I should make a Fallout show in Florida.
Anyways, it's like the news about its release date came out on Monday, which was October 23rd, which for anyone who's not familiar with the lore of Fallout, that's the day the bombs dropped in Fallout is October 23rd, 2077.
Oh, so we're screwed soon. 50 more years to go. Well,
54 years, buddy. But yes, no, like that info dropped then. I don't really know whether this is like a comedic take or a serious take on Fallout. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I know there's some pretty big names attached to it, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I know that there was some hot water over advertisement for the show originally because people thought they were using AI generated image for their first artwork for it.
I'm starting to hate this conversation about AI now.
Why?
I get it. But at the same time, I'm like, oh my God. It's becoming a constant thing where it's like almost like every time a show does it becomes more about the AI art than the show itself.
Well, so it's not even like so like because I know Secret Wars used AI as well, but
For the intro,
with Secret Wars it was different because it was jarring. With this, it's like this was like drawn like you've seen advertisements in Fallout, you've played Fallout, you know what they look like.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, this was just like a singular like motionless image they could have paid someone to do, but people thought it was AI art. Apparently, it wasn't. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. My whole thing is this: if you don't like AI art, just don't support it. Like if a show's doing it and it bothers you that much, I get the whole point of people's upset with AI and don't like the fact of it. Yeah, I get that 100%. But this goes back to the argument I say all the time. If you don't like companies doing stuff they're doing, stop supporting these companies.
Well, but that's harder than you think it is because again, one of the biggest AI image generators out there is owned by Microsoft. Tell me how you don't use Microsoft in any way.
Well,
you can't.
Well, then unfortunately, you got to shut up and deal with it. That's if you can't do anything about it, you just got to deal with it. You can bitch and moan, and they can choose to make the decision or not. But I'm gonna always say this thing: we give these companies way too much power, because we support them, we give them money, and then when they do shitty practices, they were like, well, there's nothing we can do about this. that's kind of
okay. Matt, give me an alternative widespread throughout the market to Microsoft for any kind of like computer product. Tell me.
I would just not buy it. I'll get to you like this. I don't watch football anymore. I just stopped, and I don't miss it or anything like that because of some of the things that happen around football around the time when everything was going on. It's not necessarily. I know people think the Kaepernick thing. The Kaepernick thing is one part of it, but there were other little things I looked at like, I don't know if I want to support that, and it doesn't stop other people. I'm not going to stop other people from enjoying football. Like you love football.
No, and that's not what I'm saying.
I know,
but I'm saying for personal use, give me a widespread computer that you can buy that does not contain Microsoft if you want to play video games.
No, I don't use my computer to play video games, so that doesn't affect me at all.
Okay, you don't, but there are a large majority of people who do, and some of them have problems with AI art. Tell me how they're supposed to play computer games.
Well, they're screwed because I would just shit. All I can tell you is either buy PlayStation, buy Nintendo, or something else. But unfortunately, these companies gonna do what they want to do, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can bitch and moan.
Oh, there is. AI is being taken to court right now. So, and also it's what one of the actors' biggest asks, because one of the actors' big asks isn't even about the money. It's about AI art.
Well, then that's
And
different.
also, I do want to point out the biggest issue with AI art is that it's stealing people's work it's training off of people's art.
Oh, I agree.
Without permission.
I agree 100%. I think it's a shitty thing to do. I don't necessarily like it at all, but at the same time, we're getting to this point where we complain about everything, and unless you're gonna do what these actors are doing, it doesn't really matter. Like these actors are doing something like that. Like nah, we're not letting this slide. We're gonna strike. We're gonna make our point heard.
Okay, but they're part of a union. A singular person not buying something is not.
Yeah, but then you can't complain about it. Like because you're buying it, you're supporting it, whether you like it or not. So it's just like, oh well, nothing you can do about it. I get it. I get being mad. I get being frustrated about it. I get being upset that your company's shitty. And that's why for a long time I say don't support these companies, support people. Because a lot of these companies, if you really look into a lot of these companies are doing shitty things. And if they can, they would get rid of your ass if they can save a buck or two. That goes back to another conversation. That's why I think the whole argument behind the gaming wars and stuff like that is dumb as fuck.
I mean, console wars have always been fucking stupid.
It is. Console wars, all that stuff, everything that has to do with wars. I know we feed into it sometimes, stuff like that, when it, like video games or wrestling or stuff like that, but it's all dumb. Because these companies don't give a damn about us at all. They just want our dollars, and they're fighting for our dollars, and that's all to it.
They're like, give me your money, money, money.
Yeah, as long as we're giving them their money, they're not going to make change. And only way these companies make change is when there's bad press and when they think it's something that's going to affect their bottom line. That's it. That's all.
Out here being Mr. Krabs.
Yeah, nothing you can do about it. That's why I don't trip about it anymore. A lot of things I see frustrate me and get me mad, but then I'm like, you know what? This isn't going to affect my daily life. There's nothing I can do about it. I can get mad. I can piss and moan. Only thing I can do as one person is say, you know what? I don't want to support it. I'm good. I don't have to watch it. I'll find another way. And I know it's like, oh, you're just one person. I'm like, yeah. But I feel better about that. Now, I will say this. There are some things I'm like, I don't want to look too further into it because I feel like if I look deep into anything that I love, I'll find some fucked up shit about it. And like, I just won't be able to watch anything anymore. and that has happened. I've looked at something like, oh, this is a terrible person. I don't know if I can support this anymore. But if I go through that, I'll be doing that shit all day with everything because people are terrible.
Yeah, I don't know.
Speaking of people that's terrible, I'm joking. Let's get to our main topic.
Okay.
I'm joking. I love Spider-Man. So, Spider-Man 2 came out. I think it was my most anticipated game of the year. Was yours too, Hayley?
It was up there, but I think Alan Wake kind of beats it out just because I love Alan Wake. So
okay, and apparently, Spider-Man 2 is getting universal acclaim. Right now on Metacritic, it's at a 90, which is pretty good, and it's been out for about almost a week now. So it's staying strong at a 90, and I think that is based off of 136 critic reviews. So that's a firm, solid, incredible review. And on top of that, they're having a banner week, to say the least. Marvel Spider-Man 2 is the fastest selling PlayStation Studio game. Insomniac's PlayStation 5 exclusive sold more than 2.5 million copies in 24 hours. That is incredible.
It sure is.
Now, for those who are wondering, that figure includes pre-order sales of individual units and units bundled with the PS5. The sales milestone means Spider-Man 2 has overtaken God of War Ragnarok as the top PlayStation Day 1 launch sales chart. So I think that's amazing. That's awesome. I'm glad that Insomniac is getting the praise they're getting for this game. So now that we done went over the review, went over the sales, a little bit of things with Spider-Man. Let's get right to it, Haley. What are your thoughts on the game thus far?
Okay, so as people know, mentioned at the start of the show, I beat the main story. It is very good. Albeit I have one issue with the ending. I'm not spoiling the ending for people. There are two post-credit scenes, one of which makes my issue with the ending right up there. Like, but I'm not delving into those. Anyways, the game is great. Albeit again, hey, in the final cutscene for me, Miles bugged out and was just ahead. Like,
that sounds like cinema.
he was literally just a floating head. That's it. Oh,
That's bad.
And then when the credits finished and everything, and it was like, hey, you can continue playing. I was a cube. I was like a white cube. I was a white cube.
A white cube?
Yeah, like
which Spider-Man
were
you supposed to be?
I have no fucking idea, dude. Yeah. So after, I think it's like once you get the black suit, right? The story is very compelling, and at that point, I just started mainlining it.
Okay.
I made the game incredibly hard on myself. So unlike the last game, I'm sure you've noticed this already, but like there are not suit powers. There's like suit tech, right?
Correct.
And these apply to both Miles and Peter, right? I beat the whole game with only having 120 health.
Oh, why did you do that?
And only having like the second damage upgrade. Everything else was like, nah. Why? Because the story was very intriguing and it felt like not right to go off and do all the side content. Don't do that. It gets real hard.
Yeah.
I
would think so.
The game is hard on its own, even with the upgrades. Let me point that out. Like this game is like the combat is more aggressive than Spider-Man 1 and Miles Morales. I think it's like the improvements in this game make going back to those other titles real hard. Yeah, I enjoy it. I can't really talk much.
Makes such a great difference in this game.
They do, especially when you upgrade them, because I have them upgraded now.
Yeah, I love that they got that right. Like it feels more fluid in such a great way. I dig it. I dig it a lot. Yeah. I use them all the time. I'm like, I was like using it and flying around the city. I'm like, the first thing came to my mind, like, damn, why we can't get a Superman game?
I would love that, but we're never gonna get one.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
it's too hard.
Too hard. Yeah, I don't know. There's like 80 years of good Superman stories.
Yeah.
So maybe look over there. But no, the web wings definitely add to traversal. A lot of the new combat moves are great. I can't talk much about like what makes this so compelling without spoiling the story, which I'm not doing for folks.
Nope.
But like, the relationship between I don't even know if I can mention this character because some people consider what's in the trailer spoilers.
Yes. We won't mention characters. But
I don't know what else to say then, because like I can't talk about.
I will take over here because I think I can glide through this a little easier. I think the combat's much improved in the game. I think the story beats are very well done. I like the fact that they kind of differentiate itself between Peter and Miles stories. They're two very different stories that intersect with each other at points in time in the game. You can pick who you want to play as, and you can progress their stories as far as you want to until a certain point in the game. Like, maybe you should play as this guy now. It'll tell you that. And
I mean, yes, the game, like the main story will switch characters on you all the time.
Yes,
But in the open world, you can play as whoever you want.
correct. And I kind of dig that. I like that they're adding stakes to certain things. I like that the game is not afraid to get dark. And what I mean by that is, for those who saw the trailer with the introduction of Kraven the Hunter, I think we could talk about this because this was shown everywhere. And what Kraven the Hunter did at the beginning of the game, that might be tame to some of the stuff that happens in this game.
Yeah, it's very tame. Like I don't know how this game has a T rating based on some of the stuff that happens in like the later parts of the game.
Yeah, because you're gonna see things that happen more in the comic books. Characters are gonna go away, and it's shocking. Like, I love that this universe of Spider-Man is very much in the Spider-Verse vein in terms of it's similar to what we know of Spider-Man, but there are so many differences that make it unique. It's in Insomniac's own spin. So the things you see, you can't take at face value. And they're going to be things that's very different from the normal comic Spider-Man that you're going to see. And I think it's really cool. I really dig that. I really dig that Miles is his own character. And he's just not some carbon copy of Peter, which the comics do very well. And Peter is his own man. He's a little older than Miles. He's kind of like the big brother figure, which has always been a thing in comic books. And he has his own story that kind of reflects that. I'm really digging this game. I think the story is sound. I think the combat's still really good. The combat's really good. I think there are moments in the game, and this is not a knock, where the game feels very video gamey.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is like some of the side quests and some of the little mini games you do in the side quest. Like, I don't want to do this.
I did one, like, I don't mind talking about this. I did one last night where I had to play as Peter. Like, Peter, not Spider-Man. Peter.
Yes.
I had to do a side quest as Peter.
And people don't like those, apparently.
It's boring. I had to ride a bike around a park. Like, why?
Yeah. There are some moments like that where I'm like, why is this necessary?
Also, yes. There's another, like, no spoilers, but there's another thing in the game where you have to ride a bike, and I'm like, why is this not a cutscene?
Yeah, there are some moments where I'm like, it feels like padding. Like some of the side quests and mini quests feel like padding. There's some that are really
I don't know.
cool.
Like, so the bike thing was related. Like, I can't say what it's related to because it's a story spoiler, but like, it's related to something that unlocks after a certain mission in the game. But like, that felt like padding, whereas the thing in the other thing with the bike just feels like that could have been a cutscene because the rest of that mission, I'm sure you've done it because it's pretty early. Like, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay, I don't think I do, but
you might. I've seen your trophy list. I checked last night
probably
to make sure I could talk to you. As soon as you interact with this character, you like ride a bike, and then do like a whole like flashback mission. The rest of that mission is really fun. It's just I don't understand why the bike riding part of it was not a cutscene.
Oh, I got you. I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah. The rest of it was great.
I completely forgot that you had to ride the bike there. That's so goddamn stupid.
Yeah, like that could have been a cutscene. The rest of that mission is super fun, but like, I don't remember whether the bike riding was a cutscene. Oh, also, I just want to get this out of the way because I know a lot of people hated them in the first game. The MJ stealth missions are back. But also, I'm just gonna say John Wick. That's what that is.
Okay. Well, there you go. For those who were curious about that, then now you know. I dig everything about this game so far. I like the distinct characters. I like the villains they show so far. I don't know who's all in the game. I didn't want to look it up. I want to be surprised on certain things.
No, that's fair.
So when I see people pop up, Like, oh, he's here. That's cool. How this is gonna play into the story, and I like that there are side missions, and as you do the side missions, story beats in the side missions progress, and it leads
Yes.
to a bigger picture. And I think that's really cool. Whether it's like
One of the side missions is really cool. I won't spoil it, but like it delves into some classic Spider-Man stuff.
yeah, I kind of dig what they're doing with it. I like how you can open up as you progress to the city, you can open up fast travel and things like that. Even though I don't even want to fast travel at this point, I like swinging around the city.
I've done it once only because now that I'm doing map cleanup, like so for example, like for anyone who's familiar with the platinum for the first game, one of the trophies is to 100% all the districts, right? I have one district where all I need left is one side activity, but turns out that side activity is either glitched on me or B doesn't unlock until a later point. So like that district is stuck at like 98% completion right now. So I fast traveled over there to see if I've done something related to it that would spawn it. But no, other than that, I haven't fast traveled. In fact, I only have fast travel unlocked to 2 districts right now: downtown Brooklyn and Central Park.
Okay, I think I have it. I think I have it unlocked on a few places. There's like a couple of the side quest chains I've like completed like all the way,
Yeah.
and I think that unlocks the district a little bit more. But yeah, overall, I'm digging it. I think it's great. I think it's fantastic so far. I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy to say this. I don't know if it's going to be my game of the year yet.
Okay, let me ask though. And this is not. I'm not talking story. How do you feel? Because you know how Miles has his Venom powers.
Yes.
Right. How do you feel about Peter's Spider Arm powers?
I think it's fine.
They suck. They're terrible.
Have you upgraded them?
Yeah.
I think it's fine. It's just like
I have so in my skill tree, I have all of Peter's skills unlocked and one of Miles left unlocked, and then the one that I need to unlock a lot on is the shared tree. Peter's spider arm abilities suck. I hate them. They're like so weak compared to Miles's Venom.
Yeah. Well, that's expected,
so
I think.
Sure, but then Peter gets so much stronger than Miles later, so it's like, what are we doing?
It balances it out. Yeah, that is
yeah,
true.
like literally in the open world now, I find myself playing as Peter more because while I love Miles's Venom abilities, Peter's just so much stronger at the end of the game.
Yeah, but yeah, I dig the game. I was saying that I don't know if it's gonna be my game of the year this year. That's crazy to say that because last year around this time I got flack for saying I'm like, yeah, God of War's my game of the year. And I was right because I already knew from the moment I played it. I'm like, this is awesome. This is what I expected. This is what I hope for. Yeah. This is the game I want to be my game of the year. Whereas this year with Spider-Man, I'm like, this is awesome. This is great. But you know what's awesome and also great? Mario Wonder. You know what else was awesome was great? Tears of the Kingdom. You know what awesome was great?
Actually, we haven't talked about it since we recorded last. I don't know if we mentioned it on the last show, but while we're talking about Game of the Year potentials, it's not gonna be my Game of the Year, but Dead Island 2's first DLC pack comes out next week, actually, like next Thursday.
Yes.
But also Snurts helped me get my 2 co-op trophies.
Oh, good on you, Snurts. I played D&D with Snurts.
Yeah.
The Lord.
Hell
Snurts.
yeah.
I played Transformers D&D with him. What a nerdy thing to say. Out loud.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. Yeah,
Snurts and I take that off the podcast. I'm gonna edit that out. I'm gonna edit that.
I knocked out.
I'm gonna played Transformers D&D with Snurts to shotguns with Snurts.
Yeah,
at a range.
The Snurts helped me knock out those co-op trophies I needed. So now when I go back to playing Dead Island next week for the DLC, I will be able to get that platinum.
There you go. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Good on you, Snurts. Loyal PlayStation Experience listener. All right. Anything else you want to say about Spider-Man? Because I don't want to spoil too much. I don't want to spoil.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil much. But like, what I'll say to people is, if you're feeling that Peter's abilities are weak, I recommend playing until you like maybe do the story until you get the black suit, and then go continue doing side stuff. Don't do what I did and get the black suit and then mainline the rest of the story because, hey, let me just point out, and this is not a spoiler, but some of these bosses have multiple health bars, and boy, do they get more aggressive each time you knock a health bar down.
Well, there you go.
So that gets real difficult when you only have 120 health.
I will add this final thing I want to say about this game. Unfortunately, the Eminem song about Venom is not in the game, so that's disappointing.
I don't know why you expected a song specifically created for the Venom movie to be in this game.
Because it's an awesome song, Hayley.
But also, let me point out, if I have a character rickroll me in a video game one more time, I'm throwing my controller out the fucking window.
Well, they should have rickrolled you. They should have Venom rolled you.
Fuck you, Insomniac. Fuck you.
Wow, that's harsh.
I'm not actually mad at Insomniac, but don't fucking rickroll me. It's 2023.
They should have Venom wrote you. You should have been playing, and all of a sudden they should have played that song, Venom. Then they have Venom rap for like 30 minutes. Venom. That's what he does in that song. He just raps for 30 minutes straight. Like
I know he does. He literally just says the word.
We get it, Em. You can rap. You don't have to keep showing us that you can rap.
He just says Venom for like 30 minutes.
Yes. Great song.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to some of these questions before we head out.
Speaking of questions, did Delvin Jr. get a question to you?
Absolutely not. He was trying to get on the show, but we were recording and I had to hurry up and get in here because I had to do a whole bunch of stuff today.
That's fair.
Yeah. So we got 2 questions. Let's get right to them. The first question is from our Lord and Savior, Lord Snurts. He asked, what is your favorite Spider-Man costume from the last 2 games in the current franchise? Hayley, you go first.
Okay, so I'm going to cheat a bit. I have a couple favorite suits. So I'm gonna say from Spider-Man 1, my favorite suit was probably the Deadpool suit. Like, it's not Deadpool, but like the black and red Deadpool suit you get for doing all the Black Cat missions in Spider-Man 1.
Okay.
In Miles Morales, I really liked the end suit. That's where he's like wearing the jacket with the hood up and he's got like the camo pants on.
Okay.
In Spider-Man 2, my favorite suit for Miles, I can't talk about because it's a spoiler.
Well, don't talk about it then.
But it's a reference to another Marvel character, and when you unlock the ability to unlock it, everybody will know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
For Peter, I've got 2 here. I really like the black suit here, but also I gotta go with the Arachnite suit. Come on, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
My favorite suit for Miles is, of course, the Spider-Verse outfit. And you have to have the animation from Spider-Verse in it. I love that. I thought that was really cool. For Peter, I want to say it's the I like the video game suit. Like his suit. The
advanced suit, yeah.
Yeah, the more and more I see that suit, it's so unique to this Spider-Man. I'm just like, this is freaking cool. I dig it a lot. I know people like the other suits, like, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit people love and all that stuff, but
I do, of course, love the Amazing Spider-Man 1 suit. I like the Amazing Spider-Man 1 suit more than the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit because Amazing Spider-Man 1 suit was just an interesting new design. Amazing Spider-Man 2 is just like the classic suit design. Yeah. I do want to know, so a lot of the MCU Spidey costumes are in this game again, but they no longer have their MCU names attached to them. So like, because you know how in Spider-Man 1, like the Stark suit, like the first suit Peter gets in Homecoming, right? Like, right? Or in Civil War, right? That suit in Spider-Man 1 is called the Stark suit. In this game, it's just called the upgraded classic suit.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand. It might be a licensing thing. I don't know. It's real weird. Like a lot of the MCU suits don't have their name attached to them anymore, which is interesting. I don't know. I do like so you know how in Spider-Man 1 there was the Spider-Man Noir suit?
Yes.
Okay, so that's been changed here. It's now Into the Spider-Verse noir.
That's great.
Uh-huh. And Peter gets the same animation as Miles.
That's awesome. Even
Yeah.
better.
So I unlocked that last night. That's very fun. Also, if you didn't know this, hold L3 down and press square to do a trick. I won't spoil what that trick is, but it's very fun when you're wearing the noir suit.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
L3 and square.
So you have to hold it down, like press down, like as if you're like holding it, like not down directional, like press down on, like hold it down.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
and
had.
square.
I won't spoil that. I had a funny moment in the game that happened. It happened early in the game, but
Yeah,
with Miles and Peter. But I won't spoil that. People should see that for themselves. That was cool. All right. Our final question.
yeah.
I think this is a great question to end this off with. And it's just as PSXP as the question can get. Hollywood Bones ask if you can have Taylor Swift in any game, what game would you like to see her in? All right,
You go
go
first here. I want to know what your
Oh,
answer
my
is.
answer is Mortal Kombat. 100%. I want the game that people made fun of a couple months back when Mortal Kombat 1 came out. Did you see that video they had with all the celebrities in Mortal Kombat?
No, I don't
Kombat
think
character?
so.
It was like a 10-minute video where they just have all these celebrities, like in the Mortal Kombat start screen.
Yeah.
They have the regular Mortal Kombat characters and all these celebrities as like special cameo characters in Mortal Kombat. They have like Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Trump. And then they have like
Oh,
Taylor Swift. They have everyone. Kanye West. I'm like, that is a Mortal Kombat game I would play.
okay. If I had to put Taylor Swift in a video game, I'm gonna go with like I don't know. Let's put Taylor Swift in Resident Evil.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. I
Yeah.
dig that. I want Taylor Swift in Mortal Kombat. Her fate. She has two fate. Well, she has multiple fatalities because it's Mortal Kombat. One would be called the Shake It Off,
Oh boy.
where she just shakes them and they just blow up and die. And then the other one
Yeah.
is like Bad Blood. You have to have the fatalities have to be based off of her songs.
Okay.
Where
Yeah.
she I think wasn't she like a ninja in the Bad Blood video? Like she was like a Kill
She was
Bill
a
or something
bunch of things in the Bad Blood
yeah.
video.
She turns to
Yeah.
one of them and chops off a person's head, some cool shit like that. Yeah. Do something like that. Or have one of the fatalities be like she kisses a character and then breaks up with them and then they just blow up and die.
I see. Yeah.
Because that's when you break up with Taylor, when Taylor Swift breaks up with you, your life is like over. Like every person that Taylor Swift breaks up with, and if she feel like she does the role, she does a song about, and the Swifties come at her. So that is a fate worse than death. Like no. So she would be the perfect Mortal Kombat character, and make it so she can't die. No fatality can be done with Taylor Swift because
Oh
she's Taylor
man.
Swift. All right, I think that does it for us, Hayley. Anything else you want to say before we go?
Uh just enjoy the video game release season.
Nah.
PlayStation